Hey guys, welcome back. I am back. 1 second here, I'll be right back. Hey, settle down. All right. Let me just go ahead and start my music back on up. Gonna put on my Black Crowes radio today. Gonna be doing tour 4 here for a while. I don't believe I'm gonna be doing a rookie tournament with this account. I might, but either way, I'm gonna get some practice in for people that need a little help with it, especially since there's new holes. The new par 4. Now from um, rookie tee, you can most definitely make this hop. Most definitely. You know, you most likely will not land in the fairway, but you will end in the fairway. It's still a very reasonable chip from here. Oof. Not good. We got it in. That is the way I like to play this hole so far. I don't want to go crazy backspin. Just 3 or so bars, depending where you like to line up. And try and get it in there around the third bounce. The green is fairly flat for the most part. So if you can get your wind measurement down, then you should be able to sink 1 or 2 of those. Too much power, guy. Not needed. Hey, what are you doing? I do really want to get to the right. I'm very interested to take that shot from over there, but it's a hard shot. Much more doable down here, I imagine, than on tour 9. Nice. We're going to try it over here as well. See, the line is much more favorable here. We're just going to go right in there. No overpower. Should have a decent shot at it here. What's your favorite one that they've added, Skip? I do also. And this is going to be a finicky little spot here. Ah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was at an awkward spot there. A little further up would have been nice. You know, maybe the right's not the way. I'm going to definitely have to try left next time I could draw this hole. He got his eagle. Can we? How is that possible? This is uphill. Boom. Craziness, but boom. This one is going to be very tricky, I think, if you don't bring a guardian. I'm going to try and get it down without the guardian. I want to figure out a way to do it. To do it consistently. Not just do it. To do it well and consistently. You want to be able to have your best chance at the hole in one. And the Guardian's, I feel like the safest birdie, but I don't know if it's the best bet for the hole in one. I won't know without playing it a few times with each club. Different winds, different tees, everything. Because it might be better, to use the Guardian in rookie, but in pro, it's better to use something else. So it'll take a little experimentation. But the way I've been trying to get this to work, we're going to go here. We're going to go with full 5 rings this time. We want this second bounce. I'm going to go 1 bar topspin to hopefully counter that headwind. Just a touch of the overpower. A little more topspin to ensure we roll through that rough a little harder. See, I looked at the rough bump earlier with the sniper, and the ball guide was going crazy. Like there was no way to slow it down enough. Maybe it was just the spot I was looking at, but I'll definitely take another look at it. Since this is the only holes we're getting, I would imagine he means the rough bump right before the green, is my guess. Yeah. Do you do it off to the side a little bit and use a little side spin also to kind of help slow it down, or are you just going right at it? Noted. Ooh, nice. Got there. I do like having the Milano in the background. Nice. Yeah, I mean, usually when the hole's hard, I will always look for a rough bump attempt, even if it's just for in my back pocket. Not the way I want to go at it, but just good to have in your inventory. Yeah, I hope they keep the casino in the back. I kind of like it. I thought the background in this hole was very boring before, so. All right, so now we need some topspin. We should be able to max overpower. Should be okay, I think, being the sniper. Great shouldn't kill me, unless I hit a funny little bump. Yeah, that's fine. I love the sniper. That accuracy, man. If you're like me and you're not the best at hitting perfect all the time, it's a great club. That's not a bad bet. See, no spin. I'll show you how to do it, Chip. No spin. You want that second bounce, you know, the one close to the green here, to be on the fairway. Just like that. That should be pretty much right where you want to be. No spin. That's the trick, Skip. No spin. Like the teeniest, tiniest, littlest bit of top spin. Yeah, luckily, this is one I figured out this morning. Yep, no problem. That's with your short iron, though. I'm not 100% sure if with the long iron it's the same with the spin. It might be like 1 bar backspin with the long iron. You'll have to test it if you end up with a long iron shot somewhere. I hope it's not the new one. Or, I mean, I hope it's not one of the old ones. Good. I need all the practice I can get at these new ones, so we shall try the rough bump. Let's see. Close to max. It's going to be downhill. The wind's at us, so it's going to play a little heavy. See, this is rough with the Sniper 5, though. That might be why you were more confident. Not bad. I really wish it was up one more level. I think there's a little more backspin at level 6. But not terrible. I was also thinking of purposely doing a second bounce rough bump with topspin with the long iron, trying that out. Because that could be pretty as well, I think. You don't have to go through a lot of rough, and it's downhill, so it should carry with some speed. All right, I can do that for you. It's actually, bro, it's a what do you call it? It's a frame now. So if you go in to just edit your picture, go to frames, put Team Brad's Clash Book, it'll show up. So very pretty here with the tailwind. We can put ourselves right where we want to be. No overpower, the wind will take care of it for you. Um, so you want to go into Facebook, just go to like your edit your picture, click your picture, and it'll say either like upload picture or frames. Go to frames, and then just search Team Brad's Clash Book. It should be there. I wonder if it's cutting out because my volume's peaking here. Let me turn it down a little bit. All right, how is that? Still peaking? How about that? That should be better right around there, I think. Maybe that'll help. People don't understand what wind does to their ball. See, with this spot, literally you could just do probably about, 1 1/4 bars, 1.5. Just enough to slow it down. You don't need to really make it hit the brakes. Off a touch. Still a solid shot. That's what I mean. If you get this dialed in, you'll be going for this shot. This is an eagle you'd like to get away with a couple times this tournament. At least in rookie. Pro, it may be harder. It depends what wind they give us here. If we have any semblance of tailwind, it should be fairly easy. Headwind will change the game. It'll make it a little harder. You'll either have to bust out a very good wind resistance ball or a really high power ball. Can Corn Islands get the sink? I'm going to bet he does, so I'm going to get prepared with my sniper. He shouldn't. Not with a great. All right. Take that. Bring back the extra mile. Very curious to see what balls they give us in this upcoming tournament. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's going to be like a reskinned Hollywood ball. Which wouldn't be bad, don't get me wrong, but that feels like the Hollywood ball looks like it would have fit in here. So that's kind of why I feel that way, I think. I really kind of wish they'd come up with something awesome, cheaper. Like things that don't exist in the regular tours, like power 2, spin 2, win 1. Weird things like that. But then make them like, for the $5 bundle, instead of 10 balls, you get like 30. Because at the price point they sell them, they've got to be better than everything except, it can match with a Kingsmaker about. But it's got to be at least Kingsmaker status. If it's not worth buying. It's got to have a wind 5, wind 4, power 5, power 4. One of the two. If it's power 3, wind 3 or something, that sucks. It's Kingsmaker's better. All right, we're going left. I know I got the wind against me, but it should be all right, I think. I'm actually going to go ahead and use the navigator. I shouldn't need all the spin. I can use curl to take care of it. We'll see how that plays out here. Sniper 5, power 1 ball. Might not be enough, but we'll see. That's kind of the challenge of practicing before tournaments. You don't want to waste your good balls, so you're not going to be exactly playing things the way you would. Especially Tour 4, I don't want to waste any good balls here. It's not worth it. 4,000 coins, no matter the, or 6,000 coins, no matter the experience I'm getting, it's not worth it. Tour 9 would be different. I'll probably go back. I'll log in under Bird Hunter and do a little Tour 9 practice with him. Oof. Let's see. Let's just see. We're going to have to do it. Really don't want to be taking this shot for eagle in the tournament, but that was mostly attributed to the fact that I'm using a power 1 ball. I also will bring a better wood to this hole. You know, I'll bring a hammerhead or a big dog. I'll try hammerhead first. I feel like that should be enough. If it's not, though, then I bring in the big dog. This is not a hole for the sniper, at least not a level 5 sniper. I'd say probably level 7 or 8, and then it would be solid. We'll find out when I do my second account, do Bird Hunter, because he's got a level 8 sniper. All right, so we want to try to play this in a way where we don't have to do too much spin. A little off to the right still. That bank, because it's sloped, is going to affect the way your ball bounces. So it looks to be, because I hit that shot right, I think. So it looks to be about a square, which is about 3 feet. I believe it's about a yard. So we want to move it probably something like, we want our target to move about a half of that, I'm guessing. Because it'll underplay. The more you move it over, the less that effect is going to happen. So we're going to try 50 range first. Next time we come across that shot. Where are we at here? 30 minutes? Yeah, I'll do like 1 or 2 more on this account. We'll switch over. Definitely happy to do a little bit of rookie practice a couple times before the tournament, but I need to focus on pro expert tee because that's entirely where I'll be playing this tournament. Quasar should be okay, I think. I know it's headwind, but it should be okay. Pretty equal shot here, although his sniper's 3 levels. Can't let it get discouraging. You know, take the best shot for you with your club. Don't try to match your opponent. If he does something I can't do here, the best way to screw up in a tournament is to try to copy him. See, he barely got there. And we are a little further away. Granted, we got some tailwind. So we're going to take a look. We're going to spread out that topspin. We can get there. So we just want to come somewhere in there so we can curl it just a little bit and help with the distance. Not a problem. So this should be the same play as before. No spin. Take the first bounce on the fairway. Second bounce should be on the fairway on this right next to the fringe. He's doing the long iron. So let's see here. He's doing 2 bars backspin. We will be using a short iron, I believe. This is lower count. So my short iron isn't like the other account, but I still think I'm close enough up there I will be using it. Yep, see 2 bars backspin's too much. We'll do about a half a bar. That was weird. I've never had that issue before. My whole studio disconnected. Everything's still running, nothing glitched, but I got a little notification. That was weird. Hopefully it didn't like stop the stream or something. That's two left, or two right, I'm sorry. That should be a loss. I feel like you went really heavy on the backspin. Go figure. Three hit, 3 bars backspin is usually a pretty good number down in rookie, but all right, we're gonna go through. Let's see, quickest way to do this. And we got to switch. Little slight switch there. Gotta shift gears. What do they got in the shop for me? Oh man, I am definitely at least getting them to level 2. I got the gems to do that. I could go. Ooh, I don't care about you right now. I don't care about you. You know, it's not a huge change here, but it gets me that much closer now to the level 3 where it starts actually getting somewhere. If I can get the Thor's hammer leveled up quicker than the Apocalypse, I'd actually like that. Because Apocalypse is kind of my driver of choice on my main account. So I'd really like if the Thor's hammer can be my driver of choice on this account, and on my third account, my extra mile can be my driver of choice. Um, Strictly for variance to keep things feeling different. So that's pretty much my main goal of Bird Hunter. Get that Thor's hammer unlocked. I know I have very little control over that, but that is the goal. Two cards will help. Another first place finish could potentially really help. It was for, no, I saw this once, but we're going to definitely switch over to Titan here. I've got plenty of good balls on this account where I'm not worried about using them here and there. It's kind of the advantage of playing properly. Let me focus for the shot and I'll continue. My first account, I just always wanted to go up. Always wanted to go up. And I started playing expert division tournaments way before I should have. Just because my banner was at expert doesn't mean that's where you're ready to play in a tournament. A lot of it's club strength when it comes to moving up to expert. Because if you get headwind and balls, if you have a lot of balls, Kingsmakers, Titans, and Special Balls. I'm sorry, guys. Hey! Stop. My girlfriend must be getting home. There's almost no stopping them when she gets home. Or a neighbor got home and they thought it was my girlfriend. But yeah, so when I moved up to expert, my clubs probably could have got me by, but I was trying to play the tournaments with mostly quasars and navigators, and it's very difficult to place highly like that. Therefore, I've never, I was always going down in balls actually, because I was always getting like 15th or worse till I finally caved and bought a package, because I was sick of losing. And I think that package got me an 11th place in expert. That's the best I've done in expert. And a lot of that is attributed to it's very difficult for me to do it without going through my balls in the first 2 rounds. I've had a lot easier time with this account having the selection of balls that I do. And it's from, 2 first place finishes and 2 second place finishes. And I still use my balls semi sparingly. I don't just whip out Kingsmakers all the time. Hey! No. Settle down. Like, it's sad to say I'm likely going to get an expert badge with this account before I get an expert badge with my main account, unless I splurge on some new balls again. The problem is whenever they have the ball I really want, I don't have the money to splurge. Like, I would have bought these royal balls in very high numbers if I had the money. They are awesome for like Tour 9, Tour 10 play. I have a feeling this tournament is going to be a big one where I'm going to have to use those. And I only have 10 of them. The Cinco ball is good for shootouts. Amazing for shootouts and for par threes, just in general. So I'm happy to have some of those. So I haven't tried this route yet. I'm going to go for it. Trying to see if there's a good elevation change. There is. So wind's going to play a little heavy. We're going to come up like that. We're going to measure at about 12. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Not nearly enough. I wish I would have realized how close I was to max club there. I thought I was a little further back. I didn't check, and that's my fault. This will likely be a good hole to have the Guardian out. I'm also curious to what playing the right has to yield. I haven't shot it that way yet. Nice shot. I'm okay not winning a whole bunch. I'd like to I mean, staying even would be quite all right with me tonight. Trying not to move up divisions. I'd like to stay in the division I'm in for this tournament. Yeah, see, they keep giving us tough wind today. Lot of headwind. Makes me wonder if we're going to get a lot of headwind this tournament, which would be interesting because it would be very different than the last 4 tournaments. Going to see a lot more safe plays with headwind. So this is a situation. I'm going to pull out a katana. I'm just going to full right and right. We're just going to pull it up to 12 so we get the angle we're looking for. You don't need to actually overpower it. You just want the angle of where the ball is going to land. Got a little lucky. That great could have been bad. We got a little lucky there. But I was trying to go right in the center of the fairway, and when you're aiming for center of the fairway, you can usually afford a little error. Man, close. Good shot. All right, see, we got full side spin, so that's good. See what hole we get this time. I think getting these par threes down is going to be paramount to moving through the first 2 rounds. I think they're going to be par three. Well, the first one, the old one, people generally know how to play. So that's, a given. You need to get your birdie. Need it. Absolutely need it. That's one of the higher hole-in-one potential holes. These other two are new to everybody. So we're going to see a lot of mistakes. People that don't get time to practice that much. And they're tricky. They're not easy par threes, these 2 new ones. They're tricky. At least for going for the ace. There's some safe plays to go for the easy birdie. But if you're really going for the ace, they're hard. It's downhill. No matter which way we play, you can see it from here. It bowls. So it goes like this. The lowest part is in the center fairway, which also tells you the left and right fairways are going to help bounce your ball in further than it looks. So I think we're going to try the right. We're going to come somewhere in there. Sniper. Something like there. We're underpowered a little. Curl it. Hopefully we made a good adjustment on the ball. Now, so I don't think that's really the way to play it. Maybe with the Guardian or something like that, but not enough backspin there to get it to come in close. Maybe with some headwind, it might be a different situation as well. Ah, I hate that club. This hole, all right. See what kind of wind we get. If it's headwind, I'm going to be convinced we're getting headwind in the tournament on the higher levels. Tailwind, all right. A lot of tailwind too, because he's using a. It's wind 3, I believe. That we might see a lot this tournament as well. So this is going to overplay because we're going to curl it. So, normally you might want to play there. We're going to pull it to like here. No power because the wind's going to take it further with it coming into the tailwind on the second part of the curl. See, any power, I would have been done. So we actually need to cut back on the top spin just a little bit if we are getting wind like that in the tournament. Wind like he's getting, it might be worth a berserker ball. You might be able to curl that and just straight cross the water and bounce and make a green in one here. It might be doable. This is hole 8, so maybe risk something like that if you know on the first day qualifying you're not going to make it. Unless you get the green in one there, and that changes the game. Okay, so we see that slope there, right? So we're going to play this to make sure we don't go long. Close. But most importantly, we didn't go long. Our opponent's got a very tough shot to draw this game because I'm not going to miss my putt. That's a good game. I tend to like to say it early, I don't mean to insult the guy or anything like that. But if I send that good game there, he knows I'm real, he knows I'm live. That's really what that's about. I only do that when I know for sure I got the win. I'm not cocky. I don't do it when I have like a 5 foot putt to make or a 5 yard putt. 5 foot I'd still make. 5 yard. You got some decent distance and there's a hill or something. I wouldn't say it there because you might miss. But when you know for sure, when you have a gimme, give them the good game ahead of time. At least in my opinion, that's the best way to do it. Because I don't know anybody that likes to play replays, especially when they lose, because they often feel like, oh, see, the replays are just designed to beat me. And they kind of are. They don't. I'm sure they don't just literally let every replay slide. There's some kind of algorithm to still match you up against someone that's likely to beat you. So if you've been doing really, really good in shootouts, you're probably going to have a good shootout opponent. But if you've been hitting horrible shootouts, you might get matched up with those that suck. And that's where sometimes you see the replays that they hit like 25 yards on the shootout. I think that's how that comes about. All right, so it's going to play heavy over the wind, so we're not going to go with it. Actually, maybe let's take a look. We'll go for it. Why not? We'll take the risk, just in case we come across this in the tournament. We'll know. Now, see, that's a water hazard. You can tell by the camera. But it's good to know. I'm willing to take a sacrifice like that pre-tournament to know for sure. A royal ball might make that, but I don't have enough to gamble it. So it's good to know the Kingmaker will not, though. So if that happens to be the win condition here, unless you're willing to fork over some better balls than the Kingsmakers, take the route my opponent is taking. Or if your clubs are higher level than mine, sure. But you'll probably need Apocalypse 4 or 5. Good recovery shot. See, we can get it here now. We don't want to waste the Kingsmaker. No reason. We're going to let the wind do all the work for us. Ooh, if it didn't hit the bunker, it would have come through. If you clip the rough, you should be able to make it to the fairway. I didn't want to overpower that there, just because the wind was slightly headwind or slightly tailwind, and there is water involved, so it can be tricky to estimate how much it's going to overplay when you're curling it. So we're going to try off the fringe. So I don't have the most backspin in the world, so I can't go straight to the green. But this should be a little more reliable than the fairway with that crazy slope there. As long as it's on the fringe, in the tournament, you'll be all right. Don't want to be in that rough. See if he'll do a Ah. I would have liked a rematch because I basically gave him that one with that drive, taking the chance. You know, had that had been my second shot, we would have drew. So he didn't make his shot either. Hole 5, par 4. All right. Ooh, good. I kind of wanted some tailwind on this. Let's see. We're going to go with the Titan. I'm willing to bet we can get there, but we don't want right spin. We want a little left. Feel like right in there. This is a gamble shot for sure, but we're going to try it. I think that great's going to hurt. Why do you make me hit you twice? I do believe this one's green and winnable, especially in rookie if we get tailwind. Yeah, see, he got it way too far, in fact. But that's a makeable rough shot. It's hard, because rough shots are always hard, but that's makeable. Mine's makeable as well. See, I'm not really sure how I feel about this variance up here. So I might try something like this. Kind of want to come maybe right up in there. Didn't get up the hill enough. The reason I was attempting that is because there was a lot of variance where in that spot I needed to hit to go in, which means, I mean, if you don't have your win calculation 100% perfect, it's probably not going in. And that can be difficult. You know, getting it down to the decimals hard. That's why those spots that are forgiving are good, because then you can be off a little bit either direction. It'll still be darn near center of cup. You know, this and this go in beautifully the same. And that's about the variance you'll get on being off a tiny bit on a really flat surface. You just get that little variance. But when that surface is very variant, being off a little bit is going to be huge amounts. It's one of those things to look out for when you're taking approach shots. You know, sometimes it is the best way in, and you just got to get your measurement down. And if that's the case, practice, 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 get it honed in, know your spot. But I was in a spot there that I don't plan to ever be. I took a gamble. So I typically like taking this way when there's headwind. Usually not this direction, but we'll give it a whirl. You know, not the ugliest shot ever, but he will probably beat that. You know, tournament, if you're uncomfortable with this wind, trying to hit it on that little fairway or trying to hit it on the rough, that's a way to play this hole that's a safe birdie. If you're uncomfortable with the other shots with whatever wind direction we get. And with the if the wind is headwind right to left, it's a very aceable situation going to the right there. In my opinion, when your wind is 8 plus, headwind right to left, that is the best way to approach this hole. Wow, I can't believe I won that. Probably do about 2 more. So, I am curious as well. We're not going to be where we want. We're going to go this measurement again. We're going to go over here. We got to get this shot down. That'll be how you have success. Get the same shot down. That looks like a good line from where I'm viewing. I'm going to make a drink real quick. Darn close. Darn close. I was a little rushed on that. But it was not a bad shot. We'll get some of these to drop this weekend or next weekend. Hopefully get some to drop all week long. Whew. As I said, you're going to see a lot of people eagling this hole. Even playing the safe route, the safe route off to the left there, it's doable. That's why if the shot isn't there, if the go for green and one isn't there, don't do it. Because the approach shot is very, very doable. The green is pretty darn flat. All right, so we're going to try second bounce into the rough. That's the goal. We're going to go like that. Right there. I'm liking the way that looks. So about the edge of this fairway down here where the take shot button is, about 5 rings. It's going to be downhill, so we're going to overplay this just a little. All in all, still not terrible. You don't want that rough shot. I overplayed because of the headwind being downhill. But the downhill on that first bounce where I hit wasn't enough of a downhill to have affected that as much. So the wind adjustment I don't think is what I need. I need the adjustment on the second part of the ball guide. So we got to line it up as if it's going to bounce short on the second one. And then we take our measurement and we'll get it to bounce where we want on that first bounce. That's some tough wind for this hole. Either direction straight. Well, I feel left to right would be better because then it'll help you play the right way. But right to left does not help you play the left way, which is kind of a weird situation. Happy with that shot. I don't suggest you pull out the Kingsmaker in practice. I have 38 packs of them. It was a very tough wind condition. So I wanted to go for it. And because I wanted to go right and I needed the 3 side spin. And I felt like a katana wasn't going to get me the power I need on the second shot. So that was the process of decision there. Safe play. Gets his eagle. It's unfortunate the wind is so we're going to max top spin. We're going to try and come in about there. This is tricky. About half. Get a curl around the tree. Way too much. Way too much topspin. I did not imagine that was going to happen with it hitting through the rough. We will try 0 spin next time. No top or backspin. See what it does from there. It's a lot of trial and error learning new holes. Was that bunker or rough? I know it looked like the bunker. Bunker. That's a good game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow. Do some more practice. Tour 4 and 9. Going to be a lot of it over the next couple of days until we get to the tournament. Get as much practice in these holes as we can. Let you guys watch these holes as many times as you can. I am off to go watch other people play these holes. Hope you all have a good night. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Brad's Clash Book, lots of fun. See you guys next time.